Hey, Mary, can you hear me and see me?
Okay.
Okay, great. So I'm Perry from Globe Life, American Income Division. I had spoke to you about your benefits through your union. Is Joe there?
Sure, you can hear you.
Okay, great. I love that we're using Zoom because it makes everything go by so much faster, so I don't have to take up too much of your time. But before we get started, Mary, I'd like to get to know each other. So, have you lived in Texas your whole life?
Yeah, I mean, well, most of it, yeah. I'm sorry, I can't really put her down.
You're
I've
fine.
lived in Wyoming, Louisiana, New Mexico briefly, but mostly Texas. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've traveled here and there, but mostly I take trips to Louisiana to see my father's side of the family. So that's like one of
Okay.
those things that I look forward to every year.
Right.
So so what's the little one's name?
Oh, her name's PJ.
PJ. Well, nice to meet you, PJ. Uh let me go ahead and get started. I'm sure you're dying to know why I'm here. Let me tell you exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to go over some no cost benefits that have already been set up for you. And then after that, I'm going to go over some additional benefits that you might qualify for. So, my company, American Income, works with over 20,000 local labor union, credit unions, and associations in the United States. And whether you like unions or not, we all agree that they have the best benefits. And, part of that is because of the 60-year relationship with American Income. So you can imagine they have me running around like crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and get jump into it, Mary. So your first no cost benefit is the Child Safe ID Kit mobile app, which is endorsed by the International Union of Police Associations and their president, Sam Cabral. I don't know if you know this, but Texas leads the nation in abductions.
Oh,
Yeah, and 93% of the children that aren't found in the first 24 hours, well, they're never found. So this is uh this is what the app looks like right here. Can you see it?
yeah, I can see it.
Okay, cool. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna download this app and just fill it out. Do you need help downloading it or filling anything out?
Okay.
Okay, so imagine if your child went missing, Mary. Can you see how important this app would be?
Of course.
Okay, and being the endorsed company, American Income, by the Union of Police Associations, the way that we serve the community is we ask that you refer at least 5 families for this app. Now, do you know any families with children?
It's, my brother-in-law Bob, he has one kid.
Your brother-in-law, Bob. Okay. You have another?
Sister, my sister Ashley has four.
Okay. So Ashley has 4. Keep them coming.
Okay. My cousin Brad, he has one kid,
Okay, Brad.
and my aunt Annie has two. My friend Taylor has two also. He's got one on the way as well.
Okay. And let's see, Taylor, he has one on the way. And so that's 5. So I'll have to cut you out there. Normally everybody wants to put a dozen families, but unfortunately we can't do that. So yeah, that's a
That's all I can
child
really
safe
think of off the
kid.
top of my head, anyways.
Yeah. Okay, great, great, great. So your next no cost benefit, Mary, is going to be the free will kit. Now, have you and Joe had the chance to establish a final will and testament?
No, not really.
Okay, well, in the state of Texas, just a simple will can cost $1,000 or more, depending on the complexity of it. So the free will kit program has partnered with American Income to distribute these kits, at no cost to you. And so what you're going to do, it's important that when you get the kit, is you fill it out, all the instructions on it, and you're going to keep that in a safe place, wherever you keep your safe documents, things like that. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Okay, great. So moving along, we have the AIL Plus card. Now, this is a no cost discount card, and you're going to love this. So, how are your benefits through work?
I mean they're okay, kind of so-so.
Kind of so. Okay, yeah, I figured. And I'm sure you know by now that you can't really rely on them because let's be honest, they could change at any time. So what this discount card does, it gives you an 85% discount on things like dental and vision. Do you take any prescription drugs?
No, my husband does though.
Okay, so yeah, he's like me. So your husband will definitely get use out of this. Hearing aids, telemedicine, I use it for my chiropractic visits. It's great. And most people say they're not going to use it. Like I didn't think I was going to use it, but I use it almost every time. And so with that, it's just an activation email, and you're going to get that within the next couple of days. So Mary, just be on the lookout for that.
Okay.
Okay, and then we have your accidental death and dismemberment certificate. So this is a living benefit that pays you $2,000 for the loss of sight in one eye or one hand and one foot, and then double that amount or $4,000 for the loss of any two. And now, can Joe still hear me?
Yeah, he's right here.
Okay, Joe, this one's for you. This is $4,000 to be paid to you directly should Mary die accidentally. And I know what you're thinking, $4,000, it's not a lot of money. It's not all the money in the world. It's really not. But, once Mary leaves, her paycheck is going to leave with her. And, you could see how this can definitely help, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so let me go ahead and email you a certificate for your records, and then you'll receive a green certificate in the mail. And I want you to fill that out completely. And unlike the free will kit, I want you to send that back to the P.O. box at the top to make sure that you're covered. Does that make sense, Mary? Joe, does that make sense?
He said, yeah.
Okay, great, great, yeah. Okay, so one thing that I need to do is I'm gonna go ahead and have you grab your phone for me, and I'm gonna give you this number for our local office.
Okay.
Okay, it's 832-327-0800. And
Okay.
Mary, while you have your phone out, let me go ahead and get two emergency contacts for your
Okay.
AD&D certificate. And it's just going to be people that live in Texas, are over the age of 18, and live outside of your home.
Okay. You could put my father. His name's John. Same last name.
John, same last name. Okay.
Do you need his phone number or?
Yeah, let me get his phone number.
Okay. It's hang on, let me find it. 713-688-2423.
Okay. And
And
then
you could put my father-in-law too. His name's Perry, Perry.
okay.
His phone number is 254-673-9830.
Okay. Awesome. And I ask that you just give them a personal heads up that they're going to be hearing from me. And in addition, if they choose, they can also have access to some of these benefits, uh, you know, thanks to you. Now, Mary, this policy is just on you. But the second part to this benefit is that you can extend this to your closest family and friends at no cost to you or them. So how this would work is let's say, God forbid, um, who was your first emergency contact? Your father?
Yeah, John.
Yeah, John. Okay, say John were to die in an accident, God forbid. A $2,000, sorry, policy just like yours will pay out to his family at no cost to you or them. You see, all you're doing is giving them the option to take advantage of this, just like you did. And of course, the ability to extend this offer is tied with my visit for you today, because of your enrollment period. So I want you to know that it's important not to prejudge anybody's situation and kind of let them decide for yourselves. Now, that's $20,000 worth of benefit, which means 10 families. And I'm going to go ahead and do your emergency contacts already. So do you have anybody else you'd like to refer?
Well, I don't know if I'm really comfortable giving out their information.
I understand. I understand. Nobody is. Did you get the card? Did you read the card that they sent you?
No, not really.
Okay, all right, that makes sense. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm gonna let you contact them before I do, and then I'll get with you before I contact them, so they don't think I'm like a telemarketer or I'm a
Okay.
scam or anything like that. Is that okay?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, that works. That works. All right, so your first we have Perry and we have John.
Uh-huh. I guess you could put, so all the people that I put for the child safety app, I would like them as well. And I have their phone numbers if you need those also.
Okay, yeah, let me get the phone numbers and you can start with you said your sister?
Well, my sister Ashley, yeah, the one that has 4 kids. Her phone number is 281 um 724-9065. And then my brother-in-law Bob, his is 979-533-6102.
Hmm.
Cousin Brad, um, is 979-453-6754.
Hmm.
My Aunt Amy, hers is a little different. It's 832-494-1700. And then my friend Taylor, his was 346-689 5570. And I
Okay,
guess,
great. 6, 7, so that's 7.
yeah. You could put my sister Victoria. She doesn't have any kids.
Right, Sister Victoria. She has no kids. That's all
Yeah,
right.
same last name for her too.
Okay.
And her number is 713-642-0013. What is that? 8? Okay, so 2 more. And my brother Chris, you could put him also.
Hey, Chris.
His last name, sorry. And his phone number is also, it says 254-673-9940.
Okay. Last
And
one.
you could put my cousin Brittany on there.
Cousin Brittany and Brittany's number?
Last name Myers. Yeah, her last name is different.
Okay.
Uh, Her phone number is 281-225-6743.
Okay, cool. Wow. Okay, so that's it for the no cost benefits. Now for the exclusive benefits, which is basically why I'm here. So we're going to start with the needs analysis software. And the reason why most people don't have the right coverage, Mary, is because they don't know what they need. So in a few minutes after we review this together, you're definitely going to know where you're at. So I'm just going to, ask you a few questions. There are preliminary questions that I need to review with you. Number one is you must be a member of an authorized group or sponsored by someone who is. You're in the union, so you're good. You must have an active checking account with a bank or a credit union. Do you use a bank or a credit union?
Oh, credit union.
Okay, okay. And have you or anyone in the household been diagnosed with COVID-19 virus?
No, we were very fortunate.
That's great. That's great. I can't say the same for my family. We all, seems like
Sorry to
when
hear
one
that.
of us gets it, we all get it. Okay. So it looks like you qualify. So now I'm gonna ask you to confirm your birthday for me.
21896.
Okay, and what's PJ's birthday?
7/11/23.
7/11/23. And what about Joe? What's his birthday?
4/1/93.
4193. April Fool's baby.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I have a few qualifying questions that I'm gonna ask. So just bear with me. Any internal cancers in the household, including breast, colon, pancreatic, or uterine?
No,
Okay, any diabetes or insulin dependent?
no,
Any cardiovascular disease, such as heart attack or stroke?
no,
Anybody using oxygen equipment in the home?
no,
Any terminal illness or Alzheimer's?
no,
Has anyone in your home used any tobacco product in the last 12 months?
no,
Is anybody in your home currently on probation or parole?
no,
Okay, and last question, has anybody in your current household been arrested or convicted of a DUI?
no.
Okay, so looks like you're qualified. Now, before we go any further, Mary, your needs analysis found some gaps in your coverage, so I have this mandatory read-off letter for you. It just
Okay.
explains how the enrollment process works. Now, Mary, instead of me reading this whole thing, can I summarize it for you?
Oh, yeah, please.
Okay, great. So basically, what it's saying is that, you're going through your benefits and you're thinking, wow, these are great benefits. I can see why 20,000 groups approve this and why everybody's doing it. Then I'm going to have to go ahead and ask you to apply today. But then, Mary, on the flip side, if you're going through the benefits and you're thinking to yourself, these are great, but they really don't work for me right now, then I'm going to ask you to not to apply. Either way, yes or no, the decision has to be made today with my visit, just in fairness to all the other family members waiting to enroll. And what they did, Mary, you'll see is they set it up to be a no-brainer. It's going to be an easy yes or no. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And Mary, whatever you decide to do, they want you to give your opinion in a Google review, which is kind of like my rating system. It's not like a report card. So I try to get 5 stars every time. I'm pretty competitive. It's very important to me. So if you have any questions, you or Joe, will you stop me, please?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, great. So as you know, over the years, group benefits, they go through contract negotiations and changes. It's a give and take. Lately, it seems like we're paying a lot more and getting a lot less, like gas prices. But my
Right.
company has a labor advisory board whose 50 international unions president's main job is to provide the best wages and benefits, with feedback from members like you. And they came up with this list of concerns. And Mary, I'm going to share my screen with you. Let me
Okay.
know whenever you can see it.
Okay.
All right. Can you see that?
Now I can.
Okay, great. So this is a list of concerns. For families, number one is copays, deductibles, and lost wages. Obviously, lost wages, if you're in the hospital, you're not working, and doctors aren't losing any money because if you're in the hospital, they're making money. I'm sure you've seen the parking lots. So
Right.
that's number one. Number two is funeral and final expenses. Mary, have you ever had to deal with a funeral, like putting on a funeral?
Oh, not for, I mean, I've been to funerals, but not firsthand.
Right. Well, in Texas, it can cost up to $10,000 or even more. And most of the time, the funeral homes, they want that money right away. So you can see why this is a big concern for most families. And then number three, we have paycheck loss. Obviously, whenever a member dies, their paycheck dies with them. So number three, that's a big one. That's a huge one for most families. Another big one is going to be mortgage and rent. And the
Mhm.
worst thing to happen to a family if one of the breadwinners dies is that they have to move from that home.
Right.
And so that's a huge one. And that ties into number five, which is children's protection. Now, benefits to your job, they're not permanent. They can change, and your kids' uh, insurance opportunities can be jeopardized from cancers and COVID. And, the older you get, the more expensive your insurance gets. So child protection is definitely a huge one. So terminal illness. So 1 in 2 men in the United States have a chance of getting or dying from cancer. And with women, it's 1 in 3. And with that comes lots of medical bills, which are the number one leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States. So, for me, I think it'd be a little bit up higher. So, with the history of my family, that one's kind of high on
Right.
there. So number seven is group benefits. Like we said, the group benefits, we all agree they're great, but they can change at any time. You're not in those meetings. So that's number seven. Members can lose their benefits at retirement if they've experienced of long illness before death. So they can take away your benefits when you retire, but these stay on for your entire life. So the last but not least is the affordability, and that's the cost to take care of all these concerns. And now it's the first question that most families have, and I'm going to stop screen sharing with you, and I will uh, ask you a few questions. So, Mary, you said your ballpark monthly income was $6,000.
Yeah, right about.
Okay, and do you rent or own your home?
We own.
And you said that you and Joe haven't discussed a funeral, right?
No, not really.
Yeah, it's usually one of those things you don't really think about. So, do you have any life insurance outside of work?
No,
Okay, and you said you own your home?
yes, we own.
And how many years remaining do you
We
have?
bought it about a year ago.
I'm sorry?
29.
29 years, okay. And how much debt would you say
29.
you had? 29 years? Right. So, okay, so you just got the house. So how much debt would you say you
Hmm.
had outside of the home, besides the home?
Outside of the home, probably about 25,000. I mean, we still owe like 130,000 on the home.
25,000, okay, and then $130,000 on the home. Okay, so what's your favorite food?
Uh, enchiladas.
Enchiladas, it's a good one. Mine's pizza. It doesn't ask that. I just, it's a bunch of questions. Okay, so uh I'm going to show you my screen
Okay.
and we're going to go over this. So let me know when you can see that.
I can do it.
Okay, so this is job A and job B. So let's say that you're going to work tomorrow, right? Right now you're at job A. So job A gives you 14.75 a week, right? Job B pays you 14.35. Oh, sorry about that. 14.35, which is about an hour's less.
Okay.
So let's say that your boss comes up to you and says that, hey, Mary, you're going to have to work on Friday an extra hour every week. So he
Okay.
says that, are you going to, buy your dream car with that extra hour? No, are you gonna go buy some jet skis or go skydiving or something with that?
No.
No, okay. So now on the flip side, if your boss came up to you and said, Mary, instead of laying you off, we're gonna go ahead and cut everybody by 1 hour on Friday, so you're working 39 hours instead. Are you gonna have to cancel the Wi-Fi?
No.
No, okay. So basically what they're trying to show is that the 1 hour doesn't really mean much. It's not going to change your lifestyle, but gaps in your coverage will be devastating to your family. So here
Fair
we
enough.
have job A and job B. Can you see my mouse?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so the first program benefit pays you up to $100 every time you go to the doctor, urgent care for any bump, bruise, or bee sting, anything like that. And then $200, there you go. $200, double that for if you're in intensive care. And so let's see, 400 and double for 400. So let's say you have an accident and you're in the hospital for 5 days. That's $1,000 in your pocket, just for lost wages.
Right.
And that's all tax free. Everybody loves that one. Okay, so and they're gonna give you $10,000 for the loss of a hand, a foot, or sight in one eye, and then double that, $20,000 for any combination of two. And you can see how this could help, pay your bills. And as you can see on your current job A, none of these you don't have these. So the next concern is uh income protection, which Joe, Mary passes away, you're gonna miss her, right? Of course. But after a couple weeks go by, what else do you think you're gonna miss?
That paycheck.
Yeah, your income, exactly. So our program provides you for a total of, let's see, $100,000 that pays out for any kind of death to take care of this concern. And Joe, that would give you and the children, that's going to give you $2,700 a month for 3 years. So that's big.
That'll help.
And let's see. Mortgage and rent protection. Your program includes $100,000 of coverage for you. Mary, statistically, if you were going to die in your working years, it's not going to be because of a heart attack or a stroke. It's going to be due to an accident. So this is funded by an accidental death benefit to save you money. And right now at your current job, you don't have that. So that's right there. Okay, so moving along, it's your the next concern from the benefit software found had to do with your children's future education needs. And you said you hadn't had a chance to save for PJ's.
Not
Oh,
yet.
okay, yeah. You know, I haven't either, so it's kind of in the same boat.
They're a little brand new.
Yeah, and this is something that I wish my parents would have done. So this benefit is going to give you $100,000 for a college fund for your kids, and that's, you know, to pay for college, to put a down payment on a house. That's for whatever they need to help with that grieving. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And as you can see right now, you don't have that. Also, this includes a special $10,000 life insurance plan for all of your children, 18 and younger, that qualify. You know, and when they turn 21, they can convert this to up to 5 times that amount, or $50,000 of permanent life insurance, and that's with no health questions. And you know, Mary, having this in place is the key to getting coverage later on, because sometimes they may not be able to qualify because things happen, cancer, COVID, you know, nothing's permanent for your children. Right now, that's what you have. Uh, so this plan is permanent and portable, which means that unlike your group benefits, when you lose your benefits, these are permanent and portable. So if you leave your job, retire, or you leave the union, you keep these benefits. And in addition to that, if you're in a qualified layoff, they will cover your benefits for up to 3 months. And if you're ever in a situation that you're in a qualified strike, they'll pay it up to 12 months, which is big. Oh, and by the way, Mary, you don't have to pay any of that back.
Oh, you don't? Okay, I was gonna ask.
Yeah, so if you had to pick between job A, 1475 a week without the coverage, and job B, 1435 a week with the coverage, I mean, which one are you gonna pick?
Job B for sure.
Yeah, Joe, which one you wanted to work at?
He said the same thing.
Same thing. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's what most people say. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing my screen here.
Okay.
And I am going to go over um a few health questions. Let me pull this up.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead, Mary, and share my screen with you so we can both see this at the same time.
Okay.
Okay, so have any proposed insured ever been treated or advised to be treated for alcoholism or alcohol abuse?
No.
Okay, has any proposed insured ever used drugs not prescribed by a physician, such as cocaine, amphetamines, barbiturates, hallucinogens, tranquilizers, narcotics, or sedatives?
No.
Has any proposed insured ever had their driver's license suspended or revoked because of a moving violation or been arrested?
No.
Has any proposed insured flown within the last 2 years or intend to fly in the future?
No.
Sure. Has any proposed insured participated within the last 2 years or intend to participate in any of the following activities: auto, motorcycle, or boat racing, parachute jumping, scuba, or skydiving?
No, we're not that exciting.
Okay, that does sound pretty exciting, huh? So, has any proposed insured ever had or been treated for any of the following conditions: diabetes or endocrine disorder?
No.
Paralysis, epilepsy, mental disease, or any other nervous system or brain disorder?
No.
And I skip number 23. I'll go ahead and read that one. Has any proposed insured ever been advised to take tests and not done so, or not received the results, being diagnosed as having or received treatment for high blood pressure, chest pain, heart attack, stroke, or any other blood or circulatory disorder?
No.
Okay. Has any proposed insured ever had arthritis or any injury to or trouble with your back, knees, or any other joints?
No.
Okay. And to the best of your knowledge and belief, do you have any physical impairment or departure from good health?
No.
Okay, and has any proposed insured ever advised to take tests and not done so, or not received the results, been diagnosed as having or receiving treatment for cancer, tumor, or unexplained masses?
No,
No? Okay, has any proposed insured ever been rejected for life or medical hospital insurance rated or failed to receive?
no,
Has any proposed insured in the last 5 years had a medical examination or had any form of medical treatment?
no,
Is any proposed insured currently a resident in a nursing home or ever been diagnosed as having a terminal illness, including Alzheimer's disease?
no,
Has any proposed insured ever had or been treated for any of the following conditions: asthma, emphysema, sleep apnea, or other respiratory disorder?
no,
Ulcer, colitis, or other digestive tract disorder?
no,
What about cirrhosis, hepatitis, or other liver disorder, or any blood disorder, or have they received a bone marrow transplant?
no,
Okay, what about kidney, prostate, urinary bladder, or other genitourinary disorder?
no,
Disease of the breast, uterus, or ovaries?
no,
Rheumatoid arthritis or any other musculoskeletal disorder?
no,
Loss of hearing or sight in one eye?
no,
Acquired immune deficiency syndrome, age-related complex, or having age-related conditions?
no,
Okay, has any of the proposed insured ever tested positive for antibodies to the AIDS virus?
no,
Does any proposed insured smoke cigarettes or use any form of tobacco?
no,
Okay, has the proposed insured used marijuana in the last year?
no.
Okay, great. So I'm not an underwriter, but everything looks good to me. So this program is set up once a month computerized deduction through your banking system, and have it done this way, gives you a discounted rate. Your program is only X amount of dollars per month, and you can have that handled anytime between the 1st and 14th of the month. Now we'll
Okay.
go ahead and get a date that's best for you. Uh,
Okay. You just do the first. Fine.
okay, yeah, and almost everyone takes advantage of this program, like you, because of the value, and the cost is very small compared to other benefits. So I want to go ahead and ask you if you have any other questions or
No,
concerns. Okay, well, Mary, before you go, because of our growth, we're currently expanding our operations. Do you know of anybody in between positions that you think could do what I do?
currently, no, not that I can think of.
Okay, okay, and
And by the way, if I do find anybody.
yeah, do that. That'd be great. So other than that, if there's no questions, Mary, I'm gonna ask you to have a good day, and thank you.
Thank you. I'll definitely be giving 5 stars. You did pretty good.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, take care.
You too.